Kelly. Good evening. Welcome in, guys. Welcome to another night of Dave's Vacation Oasis. Yeah, last night I had to cancel because my apologies. I did have family come in town last night. And Dave Stragan, welcome. Hey, buddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good Wednesday, or as most of us would say, hump day. It's a good night. I'm surprised there's not a lot more people going on, Doug. I know there's a lot of good streamers going on. I know I saw Kelly's going to be going on pretty soon, but I need to get in and do my show tonight. I've got to start pushing issues out and keep things going. So obviously, it's going to be a night where not going to have too many people in here. So I do hope you guys will get a chance to catch the replay and hope you will enjoy this. We will be talking about Australia tonight. We're taking a travel down south. We're going to the south over in the land of Australia. I don't know about many people. I mean, we all have our we all have our bucket list that we want to do, things that we want to do, places we want to travel, people we hope to meet before we all end up moving on. I mean, we're all gonna pass on sometime down the line. But meantime, as we get older, we have our to-do buckets that we want to cover sometime in our lifetime. And sometimes you'll get to cover some of these things, sometimes you won't. Obviously it's important to know what you want and what you need. And it just happens to be that Australia is one of my to-do. Australia is actually one of my on my bucket list to do besides, and I know a lot of you guys have known that. Welcome into those coming in. Glad you could be here tonight. So definitely wanted to cover Australia this week. I was actually debating on whether to go or do my other show, but I thought the other show can be hold off for a week. Traveling to Australia is important. So but as we are, guys, here we go. Let me got to share screen. All right. Well, not sure what's going on here. All
Virtual
right,
360 trade for mill, exploring some of the the extraordinary experiences available to your most.
All right. So we're going to start with a little bit, and some of this, what you're going to get to see is what actually some of this
Discerning
is
clients in Melbourne and the state of Victoria. These incredible
what you're about to see is some training videos that I do, but it'll kind of show you some of the fun and some of the excitements that you would see in Australia, and we'll talk about it. It may not be the only one we do. Obviously, um, I mean, we may actually cover Australia over the next 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, because there's so much to explore in Australia. But what we're looking at here is part of Victoria, luxury family vacationing in Victoria, Austria. Uh,
bird's eye views of the city come courtesy of Global Ballooning, which operates sunrise flights across the thriving city as well as the gorgeous vineyards of the Yarra Valley. Melbourne is a global events mecca, annually playing host
and apparently we're going to
to
get
world-class offerings, including the Melbourne Cup Carnival, the Australian Open Tennis Grand Slam, Melbourne Fashion Festival, and the Formula One Grand Prix. Stylish Melburnians effortlessly embrace cutting-edge trends while honouring cherished traditions of art, architecture, technology, fashion, and exciting food scene the city is known for. Melbourne's grid layout and iconic tram network make it easy to navigate between the many attractions on offer. For a quintessential insider experience, book your clients on a laneway walking tour with Hidden Secrets Tour.
I'm in one of the back streets of Melbourne, the laneways as we call them, and it's the arcades, the side streets, the alleys even, that are really what Melbourne's about. The ever-changing murals, the iconic retail spaces, and also some pretty gorgeous secret hideaway restaurants and wine bars. This is where you get to really enjoy Melbourne, soak in, explore, find your version of the city, but perhaps have a guided tour as well.
Join a fascinating Aboriginal heritage walk of Royal Botanic Gardens, Melbourne, a valued member of the Discover Aboriginal Experiences Collective.
Here I stand on the ancient lands of the Kulin Nation, right on the remnant banks of the Birrarung. Come into the Botanic Gardens on our Aboriginal Heritage Walk and learn a little bit about my culture as we show you some of the plant usage and the connection we have.
Melbourne's renowned for its calibre of major museums and galleries of the world's finest art institutions, hosting major international exhibitions, as well as showcasing emerging artistic talent. A member of the Cultural Attractions of Australia collection, the National Gallery of Victoria is Australia's oldest and most visited gallery.
The National Gallery of Victoria's collections of international paintings and sculptures span 7 centuries, from 1300 to the 1980s. In this gallery alone, we have over 140 paintings that evoke the way paintings were displayed in the 19th century in the great Paris Salon and British Royal Academy annual exhibitions.
The Melbourne Cricket Ground is the world's largest cricket stadium and the 10th largest stadium in the world. The MCG is also the birthplace of Australia's own football code, the AFL. Another member of Cultural Attractions of Australia, clients can book a private tour and understand what makes Melbourne the sporting capital of Australia. An experience unique to Australia and found only in Victoria. Melbourne's famous Sandbelt region boasts a fabulous group of 8 golf courses that epitomise the golden age of golf architecture. Just 35 minutes drive from the city centre, you'll find 2 courses included in the Great Golf Courses of Australia program, a collective of golf courses across Australia celebrated for their world-class design, spectacular settings, and proximity to major cities and regional highlights, offering your clients access to exclusive golf courses. Royal Melbourne has hosted the President's Cup 3 times and is ranked 4th best in the world. Its unique bunkering, dramatic undulations, and dine putting surfaces make it the envy of the golfing world. The Mornington Peninsula, located just 1 hour south of Melbourne, is the ultimate blend of luxury and the great outdoors. The region is home to golden beaches, geothermal springs, surf and dolphin encounters, boutique wineries, craft breweries, and opulent hotels. Point Leo Estate is one of Victoria's top winery and culinary destinations, featuring 2 award-winning restaurants with contemporary fine dining at Laura or modern Australian cuisine at Point Leo Restaurant, both offering the best seasonal and local produce. Its 4-star cellar door and private sculpture park, housing an outdoor gallery of more than 60 Australian international sculptures and installations, are set against an extraordinary backdrop of ocean views and rolling vineyards. As a leading wellness destination for your clients looking to recharge and enhance their personal well-being, look no further than the Great Victorian Bathing Trail. Peninsula Hot Springs is an award-winning natural hot springs and spa destination on the Mornington Peninsula, just 90 minutes from Melbourne. Natural thermal mineral waters flow into the pools and private baths at this coastal oasis, providing an idyllic setting for relaxation and rejuvenation. 90 minutes northwest of Melbourne, the idyllic town of Daylesford in the Macedon Ranges region is home to Australia's largest concentration of natural mineral springs. With world-class day spas and well-being centres, award-winning restaurants serving local food and wine, and serene villages to explore, it's the ideal place for indulgence, relaxation, and rejuvenation. The team behind Luxury Lodges of Australia's iconic lake house in Daylesford brings you Dairy Flat by Lake House, a new benchmark for sustainable luxury. Set on 40 acres amid rolling hills in the hamlet of Musk, Dairy Flat is a specially designed and curated lodge set on a regenerative farm, immersing visitors in the best of country living, complete with lodge concierge and paddock-to-plate dining. Renowned as one of the world's most breathtaking touring routes, the Great Ocean Road offers panoramic views over 240 kilometres or 151 miles of dramatic winding coastline, looking out over the Southern Ocean and Bass Strait. The Great Ocean Road includes Victoria's surf coast, starting at the surf capital of Torquay. Nearby, infamous Bells Beach is the site of the thrilling annual Rip Curl Pro Surfing Championships. The Great Ocean Road coastline also witnesses whale migrations every year, with pods of southern white whales and blue whales passing by the Great Ocean Road. The beautiful hinterland region, known as the Otway Ranges, is full of waterfalls, lush rainforests, and wildlife. The Great Ocean Road is also home to the iconic 12 Apostles. These mighty pillars of rock were formed 20 million years ago, now gradually eroded by the stormy Southern Ocean. Today, they are one of Australia's most striking natural wonders. View the 12 Apostles at sunrise and sunset as they change colour from dark and foreboding in shadow to brilliant sandy yellow under a full sun. Or view them from above on a spectacular flight with 12 Apostles helicopters. Keen to explore more? Deepen your knowledge of all that Melbourne and Victoria have to offer your clients by joining us on the 4 virtual 360 modules as we deep dive into each region, with additional virtual FAMIL resources available in the Aussie Specialist program. These include the FAMIL itinerary, suggested luxury accommodation, and additional pre- and post-excursions, together with sales and marketing tools.
All right. I mean, as you can see right there, guys, I can't tell you how much that right there, and that's just Melbourne. Melbourne is another one. Oh, did you, Dave? Yeah, Queensland's another one. Melbourne is one of those. Is another big city that everybody knows about Sydney. I mean, obviously because of the Sydney Opera House and the theater. But, what people don't understand is there's so much to offer in Australia as is. It really is. It's natural, full of wonders. And I'm not just talking in the cities and the wineries and all that, but out in the natural outback. There's so much beautiful scenes. It actually could compare to the Grand Canyon when it comes to these things. Welcome into those that are coming in, guys. Please feel free to say hi, and and ask questions. My name, for those that might be new, if you're checking my channel out, I am David Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. And on this show, we explore different places to travel. We like to vacation, sort of like vacation before you actually vacation. Try to give you some good ideas. My travel agency is here to help you find your magical vacation wherever it may be. Whether it may be domestic travel across the United States, or whether it might be a exotic cruise to the Caribbean, or up to Alaska or Antarctica, Australia. Maybe an exotic cruise around the Mediterranean. But whatever you see, my agency will help you find that magical vacation. But yeah, Melbourne. I mean, Melbourne is another one of those big cities. So much to offer. Victoria is just one of those areas within the Melbourne. Victoria is one of, I guess, what we would consider like a county type thing in the States, where you got counties. This would be one of those, and Victoria is one of it, and Melbourne is within the Victoria area of Australia. I can't remember I have to remember what their terms are that they call for them, but yeah, it obviously for me, Australia is one of those up to do things, and it is awesome. So, all right, moving on to the next. Let's trying to see what's happening here. All right. And again, this is more about Victoria and the Melbourne area. So,
welcome to Module 1 of 3, Showcasing Melbourne. Join us for a 360 deep dive into one of the world's most livable cities, covering attractions, events, where to dine and stay, with insider tips to impress your clients. We encourage you to explore the city virtually by looking up, down, and all around. Remember that additional Famil resources can be downloaded from within the Aussie Specialist Program. This includes the Famil itinerary, suggested luxury accommodations, and additional pre- and post.
and unfortunately, we will get a little lag here and there, guys. But hopefully, it'll come back here in a second.
Excursions. Recognised as one of the world's most livable cities and noted for being the sporting and cultural capital of Australia, Melbourne and its iconic grid layout and tram network makes it easy to navigate between the attractions on offer. For the best views of the city, hop on a hot air balloon experience with Global Ballooning Australia. They have shared Melbourne's sunrise with over 100,000 people for over 27 years. Operating all year round, enjoy award-winning balloon flights over Melbourne City and the Yarra Valley. Here's a tip. Book a champagne breakfast for your clients at the end of the flight. Private flights can be arranged and can be a perfect addition to the client looking to propose on their trip. And a second balloon can be sent up to film the proposal mid-flight. Melbourne's arcades and laneways hide many treasures, and the hidden secrets tours, lanes, On this signature tour, follow the guides with their iconic yellow umbrella as they unveil local design and beauty retailers that often are only found by locals. We reveal some of the quirkiest cafes, independent designers, street art, architecture, with historical tales of Melbourne along the way. There is something for everyone, locals and visitors alike. A tip making your booking, try the progressive degustation for a dinner experience with a difference. Welcome, or Womanjeka. Journey into Melbourne Gardens, a significant cultural site for the local Kulin Nation with an Aboriginal guide. Gain insight into the rich history and thriving culture of the First Peoples of Australia through a journey identifying significant native plants within the gardens. Learn about native flora uses, customs, and ongoing connection to the country. When booking this, pair it with a private tour from Koori Heritage Trust, along with a lunch at Big Esso by Mabu Mabu to discover Melbourne's urban Indigenous experiences. From fusion restaurants, fine dining and laneway cafes, to ice creameries and late-night eats, Melbourne is a place where people love to eat. And as a multicultural melting pot, Melbourne's food scene is diverse, to say the least. Vue de Monde, Gimlet at Cavendish House, Cutler & Co., Society and Attica, or a behind-the-scenes breakfast degustation experience at Loon Lab. Check out the Where to Dine resources in the Aussie Specialist Program for more cuisines. Experience an unforgettable NGV at the NGV's iconic waterfall entrance, where your clients will be welcomed and escorted on a private tour of the gallery to discover the extraordinary highlights of the NGV's acclaimed international collection. Then indulge in dinner set within the gallery space in front of the NGV's revered masterpiece, Giambattista di Apollo, the Banquet of Cleopatra. Live and intimate music performances will accompany your private viewing experience. A tip for clients looking to enhance their arts and culture experiences in Melbourne: consider including time for the Ian Potter Museum of Art for Australian Art or the Heidi Museum of Art and Lion House Museum. Explore Australia's oldest and largest stadium by taking a guided tour of the Melbourne Cricket Ground, also known as the MCG. Experience the inner sanctum of the MCG to understand the city's love of sports and hear the secrets of this national sporting icon. Highlights of this must-see tour include the famous Long Room, Library, Player Change Rooms, portraits of cricket sporting legends Sir Donald Bradman and Sachin Tendulkar, and take a walk on the arena perimeter. When booking this, try booking clients on one of the MCG's private tours as part of the Cultural Attractions of Australia program. Melbourne is a global events mecca. Regularly billing itself as the sporting capital of the world, Melbourne hosts international events such as the Melbourne Australian Open Tennis Grand Slam and Formula One Australian Grand Prix, and of course, its very own football code, the Australian Football League, or otherwise known as the AFL. There are not many weekends in a calendar year when there isn't an elite sport on in Melbourne. Not only is Melbourne the heart of Australia's sporting culture, host to world-class festivals, such as the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, the Melbourne Fashion Festival, and the Melbourne Food and Wine Festival, just to name a few. There's a range of luxury accommodations in Melbourne, from the renowned Crown Towers, the bold and exciting W Melbourne, to the classic luxury of Park Hyatt Melbourne, and to boutique properties such as the Lyle Hotel and Spa, many of which offer great suite and penthouse experiences. And a final tip for when you book: some of Melbourne's top hotels have an in-house Le Clé d'Or concierge. These premier concierge attendants are trained to the utmost top levels of service that your clients will expect and are in the know for premier events, top restaurants, and tours. Look out for the concierge with the Golden Keys lapel pin. You have now completed Module 1 of 3, a deep dive into where to eat, stay and play in Melbourne, Victoria. You may now proceed to breathe in the fresh sea air, sample innovative local cuisine, and soak up the relaxed al fresco lifestyle of the morning module 2. Remember to refer back to this curriculum.
All right. As you can see, there's a lot to do and offer in Melbourne. I mean, obviously, there's more. There is more to. There's more to it than you think. So much to offer. I mean, that's if you love food and you love traveling and you love, you know, cuisine and experience. You want to talk about experience, cultural experiences. Australia is one of the best places you can experience cultural experiences. I mean, nothing you can say or do that's you know when we were talking about Australia the other day, Richard's his thing was about Sydney, Australia. For me, we were talking. I mentioned that there's the barrier reef there. There, you know, there's one thing about Australia is if you're not big on traveling, but you want to go to a place that really has different cultural backgrounds and experiences to enjoy. Australia is one of those experiences that you really truly want to experience. Now, and again, I would love to help you bring it to you. Um, I can help coordinate it as is, and we can find you some good programs and good things. Um, So, you know, let's now, I mean, and a lot of people love to tend to lean towards to want to be around the water. Not everybody, but a lot of people love beaches, experiences. A lot of people tend to love dolphin watching tours and or whale watching tours, things like that to explore sea life. Australia is another big one for those type of things as well. Um, as we're about to see.
Welcome to Module 2 of 3, the Mornington Peninsula. Join us for a 360 deep dive of the peninsula, covering attractions, events, where to dine and stay, with insider tips to impress your clients. We encourage you to explore the region virtually by looking up, down, and all around. Remember that additional family resources can be downloaded from within the Aussie Specialist Program. This includes the family itinerary, suggested luxury accommodation, and additional pre- and post-excursions. Breathe in the fresh sea air, sample innovative local cuisine, and soak up the relaxed alfresco lifestyle of the Mornington Peninsula, just an hour from Melbourne. Explore the galleries, spas and cafes in breezy seaside villages. Cool off with a day on the beach, or escape to the hinterland for gourmet delights at boutique wineries. Mornington Peninsula is part of the Go Beyond Melbourne touring route and serves as a helpful resource to provide helpful tools on building itineraries within the area. Go Beyond Melbourne includes regions typically located 1 hour from Melbourne and also include Phillip Island, Yarra Valley, and Geelong and the Bellarine Peninsula regions. Here's a tip. A great way to experience Mornington Peninsula is with one of the many private tour operators such as Localing and Acacia Tours. A great private tour operator isn't just the measurement of their guiding, but of their ability to take your clients behind the scenes, meet the makers, experience exclusive menus, and can arrange for a private helicopter to unique locations. Located just 35 minutes from Melbourne are 2 courses included in the Great Golf Courses of Australia Collective, part of the Signature Experiences of Australia program. The Great Golf Courses of Australia program facilitates tea times and access to courses your clients may otherwise have difficulty gaining access to. This includes Royal Melbourne, which has hosted the President's Cup 3 times and is ranked the 4th best golf course in the world. Golfing in the Mornington Peninsula is another paramount location as part of the Golfing Sandbelt. If golfing is your priority, add the National Golf Course, Peninsula Kingswood Country Club, St Andrews Beach Golf Course, and Moonar Link to your list of courses to play. The Mornington Peninsula is home to a range of luxurious hot springs that will pamper your clients' needs. Peninsula Hot Springs is an award-winning natural hot springs and day spa with natural thermal mineral waters that flow into the pools and private baths. The bathhouse is a social bathing area and features over 50 globally inspired bathing experiences. These include a cave pool, reflexology walk, Turkish hammam, and hilltop pool with 360-degree views of the region. And finally, the Spa Dreaming Centre is a blissful sanctuary with an emphasis on tranquil spaces designed for guests 16 years and older. A helpful tip for booking this is the Peninsula Hot Springs has recently opened a moonlit bathing option where clients are now also able to bathe between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. The Mornington Peninsula is known for its ability to produce top wines. Wineries to visit should be Point Leo Estate, Port Phillip Estate, Montalto Wines and Polperro Winery. Point Leo Estate is a captivating celebration of internationally acclaimed art, design, and world-class dining and wine, providing the most sought-after cultural and culinary experience in Australia. This multifaceted family-owned estate boasts an award-winning fine dining restaurant, Laura, named after one of 4 Australian appointments to Relay and Chateau and awarded Best New Restaurant from the Good Food Guide. Also in the estate is Point Leo Restaurant, a modern Australian restaurant offering the best of seasonal and local Mornington Peninsula produce, and a monumental 4.5-star cellar door. This culinary destination is set in Australia's foremost privately owned sculpture park, housing an ever-evolving outdoor gallery of over 60 vineyards and ocean views. Other Epicurean experiences within the region include Doot 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 at Jackalope, 10 minutes by tractor, Port Phillip Estate, Polperro Winery, or perhaps the Montalto Ultimate Wine Experience. Luxury accommodations in Mornington Peninsula include Jackalope, a boutique hotel set on a pristine vineyard and opening in 2022. The Intercontinental Sorrento, which blends rich history with contemporary design to create. For more options, check out the Where to Stay within the Aussie Specialist Program. You have now completed Module 2 of 3, a deep dive into breezy seaside villages and hinterland full of gourmet delights. You may now proceed to Great Southern Touring Route in Module 3. Remember to refer back to this curriculum within the Aussie Specialist Program for additional familial resources.
Here's the thing, guys. Welcome in to everybody coming in and watching. Honestly, for you guys that are still here, and I know we've had people come in and come go, but that's, again, I'm expecting that because on one end, I'm competing against a lot of other people on a Wednesday night. That's why I tried not to usually go on Wednesday night, but since I didn't do this show last night, I needed to do it tonight. I wanted to do Australia because it's going to be there's a lot more to Australia than, and you can see what there is to offer in Australia. And Kevin Theme Park Adventure, welcome in, buddy. Kevin Theme, it's always good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so for me, being able to show you Australia and talk about it, and to me, again, I don't know if any of you have this on your to-do list, bucket list, because as you get older, you do create a bucket list of places and things you want to see. And we talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the show, and obviously, Australia is one of the shows that I do, or one of the training programs I do. And again, Australia, you've got, like you said, you've got Melbourne, you've got Sydney, you've got so many cities. You got a ton of cities around the coast of, you got British Columbia down there in Australia. They have a lot of city programs and things to offer, but there's so much to offer and see just in the outback. I mean, you can do train tours. I mean, if you want to do a train tour across Australia, it really is good, and it's special. I mean, because when everybody thinks about Australia, you're thinking about the outback, open range, some mountains, some jungles, and that's kind of what you get. But there's a lot more forestry and a green area in Australia than most people would think. Um, I mean, you do get your areas where it's what looks like the Australia outback is the Australia outback, but then you do got a lot of forestry and mountains and things that trains go through that is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to going on the west side of Australia. Um, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And that's what I'm trying to show you starting tonight. Next week we will continue Australia. Um, obviously, I don't have any of my mods here tonight. Um, so I will be playing my commercial at the end of the night, so that anybody that's looking to the travel, if whether you're watching the replay or whether you're doing this, um, because we will be doing the cruise line show tomorrow night. Tinkerbell is going to come on for an hour tomorrow, um, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, but I am glad to see you guys coming in and out, and hopefully, you guys are hitting the thumbs up and sharing out, guys. Um, I'm working hard to get this channel built. I'm working hard to produce things to bring to you and not let things go crazy like we do. So we are going to move on to the next one. um, but I hope you are enjoying this, guys.
Module 3, Great Southern Touring Route Highlights. Welcome to Module 3 of 3 on the Great Southern Touring Route. Join us for a 360 deep dive of this stunning coastal region, covering attractions, where to dine and stay, with insider tips to impress your clients. We encourage you to explore the region virtually by looking up, down, and all around. Remember that additional Famil resources can be downloaded from within the Aussie Specialist Program. This includes the Famil itinerary, suggested luxury accommodation, and additional pre- and post-excursions. The Great Southern Touring Route encapsulates 5 regions to the west of Melbourne and include Geelong and the Bellarine Peninsula, the Great Ocean Road, the Grampians, Ballarat Goldfields, and Daylesford regions. This touring route features the best of ocean coastal drives, gourmet artisan trails, breathtaking mountainous national parks, rich historic townships dating back to the gold rush, and spa and wellness destinations. The Great Southern Touring is a helpful resource for advisors building itineraries whether clients are looking to self-drive or be supported by private tours. In this module, we'll be showcasing the luxury elements of the stunning Great Ocean Road and the wellness destination of Daylesford. For a deeper insight on Great Southern Touring Route, please consult the Victoria module on the ASP website. Starting on the spectacular Great Ocean Road, Hug the seaside cliffs that follow along the wild and windswept Southern Ocean. The striking vistas along this iconic coastal drive evoke awe with craggy cliffs, empty beaches and soaring bluffs, flanked by brilliant green countryside. Add epic surf, native wildlife, unforgettable hiking and biking trails, and you will find plenty of things to see and do around every corner. Here's a tip. For clients looking to avoid the crowds and want to be able to meander at their own pace, try booking them for an early midweek stay or visit. There are some beautiful coastal villages dotted all along Victoria's coastline. Clients looking for an extended stay should opt for an overnight stay in Port Campbell, Warrnambool or Port Fairy. Port Fairy is known for its small boutique properties. The recently opened Oak and Anchor property also features an on-site restaurant open every night. Other notable places to stop and explore include Torquay, Apollo Bay, Lorne and Anglesey. Along the Great Ocean Road are contemporary and Epicurean delights that focus on local produce and an easygoing theme. A highlight is Chris's Beacon Point, with spectacular views overlooking Bass Strait, set high in the hills above the Great Ocean Road. It has become a mecca for gourmet travellers. Witness the rugged splendour of the famous 12 Apostles, magnificent rock stacks that rise up majestically from the Southern Ocean on Victoria's dramatic coastline. View the 12 Apostles at sunrise and sunset as they change colour from dark and foreboding in shadow to brilliant sandy yellow under a full sun. A handy tip when you book is that at dawn or dusk is a perfect time to witness the 12 Apostles and also a great chance to experience in almost solitude. A more exhilarating way to experience the 12 Apostles is going on a breathtaking helicopter flight over the Bay of Islands via London Bridge, or take in the beauty of the entire shipwreck coast all the way to the Cape Otway Lighthouse. One of the closest premium accommodation to the 12 Apostles is Anchor's Port Campbell, only a short 10-minute drive away. Once clients have enjoyed the spectacular coastal scenery, they can complement their journey with spa and wellness in the beautiful village of Daylesford. Daylesford is located 1 hour northwest of Melbourne and can be easily linked via heli transfer from the 12 Apostles to Daylesford with microflight. Your clients can find balance and invigorate their body and mind in Daylesford's famous mineral waters, enjoy the region's natural mineral springs with a rejuvenating spa experience at Daylesford Day Spa, or the spa at Lake House, or book in for relaxing massages and silky skin-renewing rituals at Daylesford Healing Massage. A handy tip for booking Daylesford is that it is a great location to end an itinerary for clients looking for somewhere out of the city, as it's only a 60-minute drive to the Melbourne International Airport. The Lake House is one of Australia's most romantic luxury hotels, best known for its beautiful lakeside location, fine dining destination restaurant, luxury accommodation, award-winning cellar and impeccable service, and is one of 19 luxury lodges of Australia Properties. Here's a tip. Perhaps a booking at the nearby Salt restaurant, set amongst a stunning garden, is a great dining addition for clients seeking a multi-course tasting menu. Congratulations! You have now completed all 3 modules of the Aussie Specialist Program 360 Trade Famille, exploring Melbourne and its surrounding regions of the state of Victoria. We encourage you to answer the questions in the curriculum quiz to receive the virtual 360 Lux Famille badge and earn more points to redeem in our Aussie Rewards store. The Aussie Specialist Program allows you to refer back to this curriculum at any time, as well as download the additional Famille resources to share with your clients. We thank you for joining us.
Who understands your tears is much more valuable than a lot of friends who only know your smile.
All right. As we're looking, I love Australia, guys. It's beautiful, and the things that you can absolutely do is just tremendous. It is really good. I can't say enough. So
It's really that love
But you know, it is good. It is what it is, and
Girlfriends that cheer us on, make us laugh. I mean, I don't think there's anything that I giggle about more than silly conversations with my girlfriend. You know, like
but
I
all right. So, and again, if you guys got questions about Australia, please reach out to me. If you're seriously thinking about traveling to Australia, it's a good one. Um, we're going to move on to the next.
love of friends is so important. It really is the glue that keeps this life just together, I think. And Julie, the amazing Julie McKellen.
And again, I can actually, these are some itineraries, guys. You got day one, you got hidden secrets tours. And this is just one of the itineraries. It's a virtual 360 itinerary. These are some things that you want to think about before you're going, weather, arrivals, transport operations, sustainability tip. Obviously you want to make sure you know your travel responsibilities because no matter what you do, you can't escape travel. You can't escape responsibility. That the only thing about it is when you go to Disney, we always say we're going there to forget we're for cashing in the adult world and becoming a kid again. Sorry guys, I had to turn that down. I'm kind of listening to Kelly too, but obviously, guys, you want to kind of. I will tell you this: when you go to places like Australia, you definitely want to have some type of itinerary. You want to keep a little bit flexibility to the itinerary, but you also want to make sure that kind of have some plans and tickets. Especially in Australia. This is just one. This is like on day one for this. You could go to Hidden Secrets Tour, Laneways and Arcades. It's obviously in Melbourne's arcades and laneways hide many of treasures. The Hidden Secrets Tours, lanes and arcades. Walking tour is the ideal way to discover and learn about the enchantment of Melbourne on their things like that. And obviously, so again, you want to just look at that. Again, sustainability tip. There's certain things. Obviously, you want to keep it right. There's that hot air ballooning that you keep hearing about. Obviously, the Royal Melbourne Golf Club. The National Gallery of Victoria. Again, these are more options to do within the city of Melbourne. And then of course you want to keep going each day, and as each day goes, you want to add different things to each day differently. You may, and I will tell you this, you may want to plan days of relaxation. Obviously, even when you're going to Disney, you always have your days where like, okay, let's say you're going to Disney for 5 days. Well, maybe you might want to get there and do the park on one day. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here, bud. We're talking about Australia tonight. And we're going to be on Australia over the next few weeks. My apologies, guys, for not being able to do the show last night. I have family come in town, and we went to dinner, and I got to spend a couple hours with my older sister and brother-in-law and my cousin last night. So um, I spent the evening doing family stuff. So obviously for me, it is important to make sure that I continue these shows and continue these going and continue to process and talk about these different things I'm vacationing. And like I said last night, our itinerary was to go to Australia. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Itinerary. I'm going to keep it going, and we're continue traveling. And for the next few weeks, we will be looking at the different areas in Australia. I encourage you guys to ask questions if you really are thinking about traveling to Australia. Please reach out to me. But and ask questions. You guys will see my commercial at the end. It'll have my itinerary. It'll have my information, my phone, my business phone number, my email. I'm working on trying to get the things. So, but anyways, so we are going to, so obviously when you're planning to go somewhere to like Australia, you want to have the itinerary, you want to have the trips. I hope you guys are enjoying. And obviously, I hate to say it, when I can have shows like this, it's more professional and a little bit less crazy when I don't have certain co-hosts. But I love my co-host to death. But when I'm talking about serious travel like this, I need solid nights where I'm doing strictly this, and it's about business. Is about business, and business is making magical trips for people that want to travel and vacation to places like Australia or Europe, or taking a cruise along the Mediterranean or the Pacific or the Atlantic or the Caribbean, or doing domestic travel. Again, that's what I do. That's what it is. And that's what it's all about. So with being said, guys, I'm going to do this real quick and be right back.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travel Way. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through.
All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. That is my travel information, guys. So if you're looking to travel, please reach out to me. Normally, I would have people here to put, but obviously, half my mods are everywhere else streaming for other people, because normally I don't go on a Wednesday night except for my other channel, which is brand new, and we're just trying to get that off the ground, and I'm still working on some tricks and trades on that. So with that, guys, I hope you had a good time. Remember, next week we will be back on the normal time, 6 o'clock Tuesday night. We will be back in Australia, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Have a good night.